I've got a collared shirt on here, and I won't lie, I'm sweating quite a lot.
Yeah,
Kieran,
yeah,
real world
I can
problems.
agree.
yeah, exactly,
Got the
honestly.
aircon on, full blast here,
Yeah.
trying to keep
Wow.
cool.
Yes,
It's
Alexis,
I,
what
tough
did you
being
just
in the
move off of
Caribbean,
your
guys.
desk? You had something on your desk, Alexis. What did you just move off of it?
Oh, what was it? No, it was no.
snorkel.
A
Snorkel.
oh yeah, a snorkel. Yeah, exactly. A
Yeah.
mask and snorkel. Exactly that. Yeah.
I
Just
actually think that
lounging
would have
around.
been, yeah, would have been fun to wear for your portion of the presentation.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some extra
Brilliant.
air.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, exactly.
Well, we have lots of spoiled agents hopping on. Hello from all over Canada. Welcome,
Right.
Oh,
welcome. Oh, Diana's saying Saint Martin, my dream destination since I was a teen.
seen.
Oh, wow.
It's okay.
So nice, so nice. Well, I think we're going to get started because
Excellent.
it's Friday. It's a long weekend here in, well, Ontario and a lot of, Canada as well. And we have some fabulous guests with us today. Along with all you spoiled agents, we're actually going here live on Zoom and we're going live on Facebook. And my name is Susan Koyman from Spoiled Agent. And I have one of our favorite people with us today, our friend, a very good friend of ours at Spoiled Agent. We have Carrie, who is the account manager for Saint Martin. Welcome, Carrie.
Thank you, Susan, and thank you very much to all of the spoiled agents who have taken the time out of your super busy days. And as Susan said, especially on the cusp of a long weekend for some of us, but you won't be disappointed because I will say a few things during this presentation, but we have a great treat for you. Three very special guests who are coming to you live from St. Martin in the 30-degree beautiful, or from the 30-degree beautiful sunshine today. We have Garen Jordan, who is with Pirates Gourmet Sailing, and he's in sales, but used to be a captain. So I bet he has some amazing stories to share. And then we have Alexis Camden, who's the marketing director of Under SXM, a very new and exciting, I don't even know, it's more than an attraction, it's just extra special. You'll hear all about it, who's with us today. And then we have Nasha Kaji, who is, I think she does it all, the owner, managing director, group leader for Sea Grape Tours. So we have some great experiences for you and your clients to, well, for you to learn about, to hopefully go and experience, and then potentially share with your, well, not potentially, to please share with your clients something on the water, something on and under the water, and things on land to do. So anyway, we're very excited. Thanks for joining us, Maarten.
Thanks, Carrie.
Awesome. Great
Thank you.
lineup, great
Thank
guests.
you.
Thank you guys so much. So we're going to get started in a second here. I just want to go over a few things, of course. We are very excited to have people join us here live and on Zoom, as I mentioned. So if you've joined us here on Zoom, we have you covered because we have your email because you registered. If you're joining us on Facebook, please put your email in the comments. And why is that? Because there is a prize giveaway for one lucky spoiled agent. And Carrie, what is that prize?
It's a $100 gift card, so that's pretty awesome.
I think so, for
Yep.
sure. And to
Yay.
qualify for the gift card, you guys have to stay on to the question period. And then since it's Friday, next week, we'll give Carrie a few days till next week to pick the winner. And it'll be one lucky spoiled agent. So if you get an email from Carrie saying that you have won, you have won. All right. So guys, I just want to say, if you have any questions, please put them only in the Q&A. So we're going to keep the chat box for just the chat, just that, the oohs, the ahs, the contact information, the links and things like that. And then we'll look at the questions at the end. And if we haven't covered it, we'll table them at that time. How's that? All right.
Awesome.
Carrie, over to you and
Okay.
to the great team. I'll see you guys at the end. I'll be right
Okay,
here.
perfect. And thank you to Susan and the team at Spoiled Agent who do such an amazing job. So I'm now going to turn my camera off and just focus on what I have to say. And okay, so St. Martin, I'm sure some of you have been, and many of you want to go, and we would love to have you visit the lovely island. But as you know, it is, well, firstly, it's just a unique gem, and an island lies in the northern end of the leeward group of the Lesser Antilles, the northeastern Caribbean Sea, approximately 300 kilometers from Puerto Rico, and just nestled in between the Atlantic Ocean and to the east of the Caribbean, or sorry, between the Atlantic Ocean to the east and the Caribbean Sea to the west, and a gorgeous climate with usually a nice breeze and incredibly friendly people, super safe, and there truly is something for everyone to do, as you'll learn more today, and a whole lot of fun for all ages year round. There's a really high repeat visitation factor. So once somebody goes for the first time, they'll fall in love and generally want to go back again. And there tends to be a longer, well, quite a long length of stay, 7 days plus. So that's great for you getting repeat clients. But just a few fun facts here. What is happening? One moment, please. This is not moving. Susan?
Yeah, just maybe click your screen with your mouse for a sec, and then try to
Okay.
hit it. Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah,
Thank you.
there you go.
All right. So just a few fun facts very quickly. In St. Maarten, it's the most nationalities per capita. There's over 100 different nationalities that live in St. Maarten or on St. Maarten, which just makes it a melting pot for goodness. And with that, you see there that it's the culinary capital of the Caribbean, with more restaurants per square mile than you could even imagine. And with all those nationalities being on the island, brings every kind of food you could imagine, with all sorts of different price ranges, from little local rib shacks to fine dining. And with that, St. Maarten is one of the smallest land masses to be two countries in one. Do a little Dutch, do a little French. So really, where can your clients go where they can visit two countries in one place? So that's pretty exciting. There's also 37 beaches, one beach per square mile, because the island's only 37 square miles big. So that means that it's really easy to get around, whether your clients rent a car, you take the local bus. And as I said earlier, it's safe, and we really encourage people to get out and mingle and get to know the locals, because St. Maarten is the friendliest island, and I've tested that theory, and it's absolutely true. There's so many experiences and something for everybody to do, as I said, which you'll hear from our lovely partners. And we'll talk a little bit more about the island of two carnivals, and the only island in the Caribbean that has two carnivals. And another really great selling feature is St. Maarten is really the hub of the Caribbean. So once your clients get there, they can go and visit other islands like Anguilla, Saba, St. Eustatius, St. Bart's. So it's really a jumping off point for the Caribbean, a super busy cruise port. So anyway, you get the drift. It really is a magical, magical place. So getting to the island, you see the picture of people, looks like they're diving into the ocean. They're at Maho Beach trying to touch the belly of a 747 for those famous planes coming and going, and really great social media opportunities. But that's a lot of fun. Anyway, I just would like to give a shout out to our Canadian partners. St. Maarten from Toronto and Montreal is a really smooth and easy flight, 4 hours, 40 minutes. And as you can see, WestJet, Air Canada, Sunwing, and Air Transat all fly either from Toronto and Montreal, and then connecting flights into Toronto and Montreal. But that's your business, so you know more about that than I do, as well as there's always US carrier options. And our partners also offer great hotel packages. But something super exciting is that the airport, when Hurricane Irma hit in 2017, the airport was completely wiped out. So it's been under renovation and actually rebuild, and the departure hall at Princess Juliana International Airport has just recently opened, and it is gorgeous. New state-of-the-art check-in facilities, security clearance, and technology for immigration and going through security screening. There's new shopping and dining areas and seating areas. I personally haven't seen it, but I had colleagues there just a few weeks ago, and they said it is fantastic. So that's exciting for your clients and for you when you visit. And the phase 2 of the airport redo is the arrivals hall, which is being upgraded, and hopefully second quarter of this year that will be ready to go. So that's great for when your clients arrive. Now, enough of me talking, because really we have our special guest. So I would like to pass the torch over to Garen Jordan from Pirates Gourmet Sailing. And honestly, let's just close our eye. Well, don't close your eyes. You want to see the screens, but just pretend we're on one of these amazing boats in experiencing pirates. Over to you, Garen.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Do you need my video on for this? No, huh?
It's up
No.
to you.
No, it's okay. Well, thank you everybody for being here, first of all. As you already know, I'm Garen, and I'm a sales rep, and I'll be talking to you today on behalf of Pirates, just simply going through what it is that we offer, and really just help to explain a little bit more and answer any questions that you may have. If you want to, Carrie, we can maybe just get to that video quickly. So I'm just going to run through a quick video with you guys. You guys can see what it's like to be on a quick day charter, and then we'll go from there.
Pirates. We spent the last 3 years creating some pretty incredible memories on board, bringing you the 3 things that we know best. A gastronomical delight, a full day with breakfast, a 4-course gourmet lunch, and not to forget, a full open bar with great signature cocktails. Discovery. We bring the adventure to the people, but also the people to the adventure. For those who come on board to explore, we take you to uncrowded swim spots, we love swimming with turtles, and most of all, we look for the prettiest coastlines. And lastly, sustainability. It's important for us to run our boats in the most sustainable way possible. For instance, by using solar energy, but also other things like that we provide ocean and human safe sunscreen. And we always ask our guests to leave nothing behind but footprints. This
Okay, sweet. Thank you very much, Carrie. We can carry on to the next one if you'd like there. And yeah, well, I think you've got one ahead there, Carrie. Yeah, there we go. So just to tell you a little bit there on how Pirate's story began, that young couple that you see there, that is the owners, that is Max and Allison. Max and Allison saw an opportunity when they came to this island, and that opportunity was that, yeah, there were already a few charters, but not many charters that were doing food on board, and not just food, but luxury gourmet food. So a lot of the time they would have to go to land and end up having to have lunch at a restaurant. So they took this as an opportunity to bring beautiful gourmet dining to the charter industry. And having done that, it has made Pirates quite a unique charter to run with, where we do a trilogy of starters. If you do a full day, you've got a breakfast included as well. So you have 4-course meal for the whole day. Trilogy of starters, your main dish, and your dessert, with, of course, cocktails that are you cannot just find anywhere. They are made especially for you. As you can see there with our new boats, or with our boats, with our fleets, they started this company with just one, that was Ever Glorious. And this was only started 3 years ago. Today we stand strong with 3 vessels, 2 power cats and the sailing vessel Amari. And Amari is a new one, where we are trying to get more of the overnight charters on. For those who like to sail a little bit more than just a day on the water and want to go for about 2 to 7 days. If you want to click to the next slide there, be great, Kerry. Thank you. Yeah, as you can see, we offer a wide variety of charters. You've got your half day, which is about 5 hours long, a full day, which is a full 9 hours, sunset suppers, 2 hours, and sunset dinner, 4 hours. Every charter has gourmet food on it. Every charter pretty much has the same menu. Every year that menu gets changed. And for those who have dietaries and all of that, we work around those things. As you can also see to the right over there, you've got Anguillas, St. Bart's, and a bunch of few other little islands that we can go to around our local ones. It's a really nice way to go and see 3 islands and maybe living on just one. You can see we offer quite a range of things. What we aim to really offer though mainly is our discovery, our gastronomy, and we like to stick with sustainability as well. So discovery, as you can see, we want to take you guys snorkeling. We want to show you all the beautiful caves, get you in there with the turtles and the stingrays. That's probably my favorite part, even as a captain. The gastronomy part is, like I explained earlier, that's just something that they brought to the table. And that was purely to mix a little bit of the French with the Caribbean side of life. And our sustainability, that all comes down to using reef-safe sunblock and trying not to leave anything behind but footprints, like I said in the video. And yeah, I'm not sure if many of you are sea people, but there are a lot of sunblocks that do ruin the reefs, and we try and make it a point of using that kind of sunblock, as well as also using not single-use plastic, sorry, using plastics that we can continually use the whole time. If you want to click to the next one, Carrie, that'd be great. Thank you. So we do a lot of add-ons with all our charters. You can see one of them will be drone footage, maybe for a proposal or marriage or anything that happens on board. You've got birthdays, so you can get a birthday package where you get a cake and a bottle of champagne. Really not that much more in price to add to. And if you want to, what you can also do, you'll see later on, there's a QR code where you can download the concierge pack and you'll get more information about all of this price-wise and everything. You can also see in the second picture there, we have a nice lady playing I don't even know, it's a harp. But yeah, I know her very well. Her music is really great as well. And yeah, it's just one of our offers that we like to add on to. That's about it for that part here. Carrie, if we can go to the next one, please. Would be great. So yeah, this is pretty much just the general thing about all of our charters. Just the fact that we have an onboard 4-course dining. But if you do a half day, for instance, just to let you guys know, you're gonna have, it'll be more without the breakfast, so it'll drop the amount of food, but the rest of the stuff that you're getting, the Amis Bush, which is all different types of appetizers, will all still be the same. Having said that, every year the menu changes, every year our luxury cocktail list changes. So yeah, pirates are always looking to improve, and obviously don't want to become boring in a way, if I can say that. As you can see, we have full open bars, take up to 12 guests. If it's coming down to the sailing catamaran, you're going to only be able to have 8 guests for overnight charters. That's just due to the amount of cabins that we have on board. Other than that, it's generally the same. You can see we've got a grill in the back if you look at the second picture at the bottom. And that's where we prepare our fresh lobster. So straight from being chopped open to straight onto the grill with some chimichurri butter to your plate. And you can see at the bottom, a starting of $2,000 for 4 packs, and an additional fee for every packs after that, which will be about $150 to $200, depending on what kind of charter we are looking at. I think we can go. There we go. So I may have jumped ahead a little bit speaking about the overnight charters. The boat that you're looking at now is Galaxy, actually, not Omari, as we used to do our overnight charters with her. Really awesome boat, still has air conditioning, beautiful. Obviously, we want to use Omari a little bit more for the overnight charters, as she has sails, and we don't have to use our engines that much, which in the end is also saving the water. And without sustainability, we're not going to have much discovery left either. So having said that, overnight charters, we want to push for Omari. And all in your concierge pack, you'll see a whole bunch of different prices for different boats. Over here, I believe we have another video just to show you guys a little bit more about St. Maarten. Thank you, Carrie. I was just actually replying to some of the questions and answers there at the
Oh,
moment.
excellent.
So I see 2 questions and answers here that I'd just like to just get out verbally. So one of them is, do you think travelers arrive to vacation on island or others to connect to other islands? Generally, a lot of the people, I believe, coming to St. Maarten are coming here for St. Maarten. There's just so much to do here. Needless to say, of course, they would like to see St. Bart's and Anguilla. And that is kind of why we offer these kinds of charters also. So we can take you there for a day or 2 days. Also, St. Bart's may not be in the budgets of some people. So to stay there can be 1 night as the price of 2 charters on a vessel, for instance. Others, though, do come here and then they'll go visit St. Bart's for maybe 2 nights, but then they'll come back here. So I think this is a very connecting island, but more a lot with vacation, if that answers you correctly. And then another one, are these charters private or groups that 1 or 2 people can book into? You'll find that all in your concierge pack, because the private bookings starts at a rate of 4 packs. Even if you're 2 packs, you're still going to pay the same price as for 4 people. After that, it'll go up with a certain amount. It'll be maybe $200 per person. And yeah, everything you'll find in your concierge pack. And you can see Carrie's just put up a picture there with the percentage and how much you would make off selling a charter. Having said that, also, if you look at your concierge pack, you'll see that our boats do have a little bit of different pricing depending on the size and the age of our boats. What we're really trying to push for, Pirates has a lot of day charters already, and that's what we've been doing for 3 years. Our main thing that we're pushing for at the moment is to try and get those overnight charters in. And from a perspective of sales, I believe that's where you would want to push into as well, because that's where you're going to make a little bit more on the commission side of life too. Yeah, I think I've answered that nicely. Do we have another 2 slides there, Carrie? I think that's pretty much should be
Okay.
like the last one there. Sorry.
Okay, so that's awesome, Garrett. So how to book? Are you, there's the QR code.
Yeah, so you can see you've got the link tree and the concierge kit. That's going to give you all your all your pricing and things for booking the charters. For the link tree, that's going to help quite a lot, because from your side as somebody who's selling the charter, we need you to obviously get all the information down to a T. So if you go into the link tree, you'll see all our menus, and allergies, anything that we may have to deal with. We are definitely here to assist you guys with any questions when it comes to personalizing itineraries and things like that, or bookings, or if you want jet skis to follow us and those kinds of things. But most of it is in the link tree. There is also a way right at the bottom where you'll see a spot to put in a QR code, meaning that you don't have to pay your deposit straight away. So that'll be booked for 48 hours for you to hold. Then that'll be sent through to us at Pirates, and that can be sent back to you with a payment link to send to the guests. And that's obviously how we're going to control those charters coming in easily. And with the QR code, we know exactly who it's come from. And like I said, the concierge kit will tell you everything you need to know when it comes to pricing and all the rest. And any further questions, we will be around.
Awesome.
If you need to get in touch after this presentation, you can also just contact me. You've got my name, and you'll get my email at the end of this as well. Thank you very much, guys, for listening.
Yeah.
And,
That's great, Garen. Thank you for all of that awesome information. A lot to take in, but some great opportunity. And I've just relaxed about 10 decibels looking at your video and learning about pirates. A colleague of mine experienced pirates in the fall, and she said they practically had to drag her off the boat. It was such a great, it was an afternoon, a lunch experience. She loved it. But anyway, I'm now going to pass it over to Alexis from under SXM to take it away and tell you about this fabulous opportunity for your clients.
Thank you, Carrie. Hi, everybody. Hope you're all well and having a lovely Friday. So yeah, Carrie, if we could start off with the first slide. So basically, our main company is called Deep Blue Sea, and we're all about the building underwater sculptures, really, sculpture parks. We develop artificial reefs in a number of different locations throughout the world. So if you could go on to the next one. There we go. Lovely, thanks. So this is just a sort of synopsis of the last projects that we've been working on, that we've been involved in, part of the team. So we were in Mexico, Bahamas, Canary Islands, which are in the Lanzarote, Bali, Maldives, Australia, Cyprus, and obviously St. Maarten, which is our new baby. We just opened in January, so we're fresh and ready to go. So yeah, so next one, please, Carrie. Thank you. So basically what we are over 300 artificial sculptures, which we've placed in a sort of special designated trail, specifically focusing on the history and culture of St. Maarten. As you could probably see from our previous and past projects we've worked on, this is the first one that's actually specifically designed for the island and the destination. We have come and researched the island. We have met with the people. We have basically learned all about the culture and what is important to the island of St. Martin and what it's like to be living here. So we covered all the history, and we covered where everyone likes to, how people like to party. So yeah, that was our main aim, is to cover it with, excuse me, 5 galleries. So we did that by working with the community. So we cast them exclusively. We had to hand pick them. Actually, I hand picked them myself, and had to go around and meet some people. Basically, we needed different shapes and sizes and all sorts of people that were, known in the community to having the personality or having a history. And everyone is in there for a reason. And I think it's what's made it even more special, is that when you go under the water, there's always someone that someone will recognize. So there's a Vita there in the orange on the left-hand side. She's our eldest cast member at 76. She runs the arts and crafts store in Coal Bay. Amaris, next to her, runs the museum in Phillipsburg. Lewis is a personal trainer and absolutely ripped. That was a terrible find. Not. And then Miguel's our lovely guy who runs Orange Nation on the boardwalk in Phillipsburg. He's got a lovely beach there. So yeah, on to the next one, please. So first one is Taino, which is celebrating the indigenous people and their history and the bountiful ocean that has sustained them over the period of time. It goes back to about 2,500 years. And so we've got in there some drummers, we've got conch players, we've got children in canoes and fishing women and all sorts of different people in there. So this is one of our biggest galleries. It features over 100 sculptures, and it's in a sort of a layout where you look directly down on it, and it's all very symmetrical, and it's quite an effective, beautiful gallery. It's actually one of my favorites. On to the next one is Ponham, which is Ponham dance. It's the dance of emancipation of the island. It's basically when everyone became free, and they celebrated it. And with the guys in the background that are holding those kind of rags, they pulled in their lady dancer, and they danced around and they sway and shuffle. And the bases of the flamboyant of Ponham is on the flamboyance tree petals, which flamboyance tree is one of the native trees that flowers here for like 6 weeks throughout the year. And they are on the petals. I think you can see in that bottom picture on the left-hand side, the shape of the petal. So yeah, that's 35 sculptures there. Next one is resilience, which is about the resilience of the people that come back after adversity and catastrophe, really, especially with Irma in 2017, how there's been such a massive the community spirit of coming back after that and building back better. And the sort of the people, when every single person on St. Martin has got a story about Irma, and I think it's been really important. It's really bookmarked in all of their lives. And this one celebrates 15 different cultures from all over the island that are pulling back up a fallen wall. That wall was designed by one of the street artists, Lily Hinkfoot, which we got her to design one. She's actually designed a street art over in Marigot already. So she did one for us as well. So it was sort of a replica of that with a sort of underwater feeling. And they're pulling the wall back up. And it's just a real sign of everyone coming together to make the island a better place. Next one is Unity. So there's a French a fable of how they went around to discover the borders of St. Martin. And there was a Dutchman and a French explorer, and they went round the island, and wherever they met, that was the parameter. So this was a little bit of a sort of a bit of tongue in cheek and a bit of a nod to the fable, and made it quite good fun. So this is like one of the little galleries that just sits alone just to the side. And yeah, next one, please, Carrie. Carnival, our biggest and our best. We're very proud of Carnival. That's Petrula with all the feathers. We found her in Grand Casse as one of the Carnival queens already. So we asked her to come and get cast. We've also got some of the most iconic people on the island. I found DJ Outcast, who's one of the radio DJs here, and famous DJs on the island as well, and off island. We've got King James, which is one of the island's biggest exports as a rapper and singer. And an absolute they're both such gentlemen. And then King Bobo as well, who's this lovely traditional singer that's been around for forever. Everybody knows King Bobo. So there's some real iconic people down there, so everyone from the island can really enjoy that. Along with all these sculptures, we've also got a number of habitat spaces. So when we build the sculptures, we basically make sure that there's all special sort of ledges and shelves and little holes and things for them all to sort of hide in and create a little home for themselves and seek some refuge. So we've seen, since we've been in, since we got the sculptures in around the 15th of December, and then we opened in the first week of January. But since that's been going, the amount of marine life has increased amazingly. Excuse me. We've got 2 octopus down there, barracuda, we've got sea turtles, we've got stingrays, we've got loads of different fishes, and squids and all sorts of things. It's become just an absolute a treat for the eye. Every time you go under there, you always find something better and something just that's just thriving off this artificial reef that we've basically created for them. So yeah, with this comes amazing. We've created great media value. It's highly visual. You know, we've had our launching film that went on Instagram. We've had 320, well, actually we've got more now. That was a few weeks ago when I took that picture, but we're up to about 380,000 hits on that one film, which we're very proud of. And also there's just some lovely content, and it's just great pictures, and everyone seems to be so positive and really enjoying it. So, you know, it's something that can be talked about. So yeah, we are open. As I said, we've opened from the first week of January. We're partnered, one of our main partners is Aquamania. They're doing tours from the Divi Hotel and also from Simpson Bay Resort. Tickets start at $65 per person for adults, and I think it's $35 for children. We're also having other operational partners, which are private charters, private yacht charters, Captain Joe's, paperboat charters, and a few more that are on the list now. And then we also do cruise ship bookings directly through Out Island Charters. It is only accessible by boat. That's a really important thing I need to say, because we don't want people swimming out from the beach, because it's, you know, boats and all sorts of things. And actually it's a bit of a long way. So you need to go on the boat. You go out there. We recommend you have about 40 minutes snorkeling. And then when you book with Aquamania, they'll take you on to see some other bits and pieces, and it ends up being about an hour-and-a-half tour. But it's a snorkeling activity. That's something that I really need to flag up here. You can scuba dive it if you wanted to, and you could also do that tour through our scuba diving partners and with Aquamania. But this one is different because it is for everybody. It's a snorkeling activity, which means all ages, as long as you can swim, can get involved. And it's not scary, it's not daunting. You don't have to be an amazing swimmer. You can have a floating aid, you can wear a life jacket, you can do whatever you want to do. We've also got resting buoys throughout the whole sculpture park. So if you do feel like you're getting exhausted, you can just cling on to these resting buoys and have a bit of a breather, or you can just put your mask in and hold on there. So it's not totally exhausting, but it is a visual experience, and it absolutely, I can't tell you, it makes it a trip of a lifetime when you go and see this. The people that go in and come out are like blown away by how beautiful it is, and it's definitely something to recommend to all of your bookers and stuff that, you know, would be interested in doing something different, because this is it's a really lovely experience. So yeah, that's it, Carrie. All our information is on our website under sxm.com. You should follow us under .sxm on Instagram to see some more pickies. We're going to be doing some VIP private tours as well, where we've got Derek who'll be supplying underwater photography, and then we'll airdrop these digital images directly to you, and he can guide you all through and tell you all about the story. So there's loads of different packages, and you know, if you want to have some more information, you can just email me on my email address there. And yeah, and anything you need, just give me a shout.
Wow, thank you, Alexis. Holy, that what an incredible, incredible opportunity for everybody to just get immersed in the art, the culture, and the rich history of St. Maarten. And wow, I can't wait to try it myself. So thank you for that. That was just great. Gave me goosebumps. And now we're going to pass the torch again over to Nasha from Sea Grape Tours to tell you about some fabulous opportunities that she has available with her great company. So take it away, please, Nasha.
Hello, everybody. As Carrie said, we're Sea Grape Tours, and what we do is we do off the beaten track eco and cultural tours. So what does mean? We do land-based tours, and specifically we cater to small groups, meaning 1 to 6 persons. We can do bigger groups on specific requests, and we can do cultural tours and educational tours and private tours, everything on specific requests. So we're open to all kinds of flexibilities pertaining to tours. So as I said, we also do small groups specifically because we also cater to the special needs, whether it be mentally, physically, or visual. We have done tours with a 100% blind person. We've done tours with persons with autism, and I can name a lot of more examples, but we also cater to the special needs because we believe in enjoying our island, which has a lot to offer for everybody. So we also collaborate a lot with the community and the nature organizations in order to make sure that we are, you know, on the same line with everybody on the island and to enhance the experience. So the first experience would be our culinary foodie tour. In that tour, you will experience the diversity of our culinary island. And basically, it's something Dutch, something Creole, something St. Maarten, and something French. And it's a lovely tour to experience the culture, the food, in a very easygoing and relaxing atmosphere. And then if you go to the next tour, it's also a tour with some food in there, but it's a little bit different because it's a tour talking about the history of the 2 sides of our island. We have a 2-nation island, the French and the Dutch side. So with this tour, what we do is we talk a lot about the history. We go to the fort on the Dutch side, and we have a Dutch side, Dutch cheese and wine tasting. Then we will go over to the French side and we'll visit the French side forts. Both forts have a total different history, background. And then we end that tour with the French cheese and wine tasting. So you'll get the cheese and the history of both sides of the island. And then for the next one, because we have quite some tours, is a history tour. With this tour, we will visit 2 viewpoints, 2 spots on the Dutch side and 2 on the French side, and we'll talk all about the history of our beautiful island, from how the island became the land mass itself to all the people living here, past, present, and maybe future, and everything in between. So you'll know all about how the island came to be. And as Alexis already said in her presentation, we will also talk about the flamboyant tree because, as she said, it is a national tree of our island. We'll talk about the Konem dance, about the border decision, how that came to be, because it's indeed a very nice fable. So you learn all about our islands. And then the next one is our cultural heritage tour. Our island not only has a rich history, which is very elaborate if you really delve into it, but it also has a really rich culture. So with this tour, the cultural heritage tour, we dive more into plantation history, the families, the St. Maarten families, the St. Maarten heritage, St. Maarten high tea, poetry, arts. We will have 4 locations where we go to, where you will really delve into St. Maarten culture, talk with the people, and really know more about what makes us tick as an island. And then we have, of course, also a more specific art tour, because in the heritage tour, we will visit a very iconic artist. But with the art tour, if you go on our website, we have various artists from all over the world on this island. With the art tour, you can choose 4 artists, or your guest could choose them. And then we will visit the 4 artists at their location. So you can talk with the artists, communicate, see what they do, how they work, and see their art. So it's a full immersive experience on that art tour. Then we have, for the people who have a little bit more of a leniency towards a visual learning of the history of the island, we have a museum beach lunch tour. We have multiple locations on the islands which offer information on the island, but we have 2 more like museums. One is a museum on the Dutch side and the other one is on the French side. One is more pertaining to artifacts in the history of the island, and the other one is an open air museum, more nature and flora and fauna. You'll learn a lot about the island, really delve into the details and have visuals with that. That tour we end with a lunch on the French side. Then for the birders, we have a birding tour with a very experienced birding guide, and it is for somebody who wants to be a birder, have never done it before, but also the most experienced ones can do this tour. And you can even give us your favorite birds or the birds you would love to see, so our guide could see where he can find them. And then for the next tour, if you like more of a, your guest is more like a hiker, we have 2 types of hiking tours. The first one, the Secret Beach Tour, is a little bit longer hike, takes an hour and a half, a little bit more challenging, but it is worthwhile. This hike goes to a secret beach. It's at Petit Cay on the French side. And as soon as you enter that beach and you look around, it's only nature, so no development at all. It's very beautiful, and you feel like you're not in the world anymore, just in nature itself. Very challenging, but very nice. Then the other one is for the hiker who wants to have more of a short hike and lots of kinds of different views. So with this tour, we go have a small hike, say half an hour. Easy hikes, all the hikes are easy levels. West coast, middle of the island, the highest point of the island with lots of stunning views. And on the east coast, a coastal hike. And with that tour, we end at Happy Bay. It's a bay which is very secluded. It does have some development in the area. It's very secluded, and it's a beautiful bay. Not busy because traffic cannot reach that bay. Then we have a Philipsburg is the capital of the Dutch side, and it has a lot of murals. As Alexis already said, the whole island has murals, and they have with their project a mural. And with this specific tour, it's a walking tour. We will go into Philipsburg, which has quite a lot of murals done in the last 3-4 years. And a lot of them have a historical significance. It's a historical depiction is what is the mural. So we'll explain to you about the artist, but also what the mural depicts. That is in a very short version what we have on the tours. We are always acceptable and flexible and everything if your guest wants to be customized or they want to do something different. Just reach out to us and we'll find a solution. You can reach out to us via our email address, seagrapetours@gmail.com. You can find a lot of information on our website, www.seagrapetours.com. We have a Facebook page, and we now also have an Instagram page, which is not on the flyer, but we also have that. Other than that, I would say come and explore, and you know, it's beautiful. We have a lot of culture and heritage to offer. So thank you very much for listening.
Well, thank you, Nasha. This has been so great. I've loved this whole hour. And on an island that's 37 square miles, it is jam-packed with so much to see and do, and truly something for everyone. And your tours look amazing and authentic, and just complement anything somebody would want to do to learn about what St. Martin's all about. So thank you. I actually think, spoiled agents, that your clients are going to have to take up residency on St. Martin to do all that there is to do. Anyway, so you've heard about some extraordinary things that your clients can do. And as a matter of fact, this afternoon, Susan's going to send out an e-blast with more details on all of what you've learned today, links, etc., on a little flyer. But just some events that are coming up that you may also want to target for your clients this year or next year. These are annual events on the island. The Heineken Regatta is just around the corner. It's February 29th to March 3rd. It's a 4-day extravaganza, world-class race, sailing race, the largest open water race in, I'm saying the world, but the Caribbean. It's just a big deal, and it's celebrating its 44th year, and gathers over 20,000 sailors and spectators. And even if people aren't sailors, I mean, great if you have clients who like to sail. It's super to follow the boats, and there's different points around the island, but there's a regatta village that is filled with entertainment, food, just and fun, and Heineken beer, obviously. And there's a bit of Canadian content. I believe one of the organizers is from Calgary, Alberta, which is kind of crazy. And then there's the SXM Festival, March 11th to 18th, and a music festival that sees some of the best EDM DJs and artists from across the world, really, and they perform in 10 plus unique venues. There's a satellite light party on top of one of the peaks in St. Martin, the highest mountain. So lots of ways to party and have fun with all sorts of different music. And then, of course, the St. Martin Carnival. So there's a carnival on the French side, but also on the Dutch side. I said earlier, 2 weeks, April 18th to May 5th. And I have not been, I'm dying to go, but I hear that the island that just erupts, and you can see or hear the best calypso, soca, reggae. There's dancing, parade, and partying with locals. There's a carnival village with all sorts of food, and the streets just come to life with colorful costumes and fun, and really getting to be immersed with the locals. So that is a very exciting time to be on the island. And just some other news, the JW Marriott is opening in a matter of minutes. It is used to be a Westin, but is a new rebuilt property on Dawn Beach, and has 200 rooms. It's gorgeous, and they're doing a soft opening March 1st. So stay tuned for more information on that. And then just back to the airport, Winair, a local airline company, has a partnership with Princess Juliana Airport, where they do day flights to some of the other islands. I mean, I think going on Pirates is a great, relaxing, super way to do it. But if someone wants to get to one of the neighboring islands quickly, there's reasonable options to do so. So please keep your eyes peeled on our travel agent discounts. We're updating them all the time, and there will be more to come, but you know where to go to Spoiled Agent for that. And really, for more information, as Susan said, I have the great pleasure of representing the St. Martin Tourism Bureau in Canada. And honestly, I'm so lucky. So my contact information is here, and the website and social channels to get all sorts of information on St. Martin. But really, I've learned so much today from Garen, Alexis, and Nasha. And I just really want to thank them all for taking time out of their busy days and coming to us live from paradise, and to Susan as well and the Spoiled Agent team for all you do. And final shout out to all of you amazing travel agents who have the world to sell, but I hope in selling the world you'll consider the little gem of St. Maarten, because once your clients go, they'll want to go back again and again and again. So thank you. Over to you, Susan.
Well, that was spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. You guys did a great job. I learned a lot and it was blowing up. Zoom, Facebook was blowing up with all the great reactions and all the amazing questions as well. So I'd like to thank everyone for that. We do have a couple of questions. If you don't mind, Carrie, we just have a few minutes before we can wrap those up.
Yeah, sure.
I looked over here on Facebook. Garen, this is probably more for you, just by the timing of when the question came in. I know you had
Yeah.
talked about how they can book the yachts and things, but do they have to register their agency with you?
Sorry, say that again.
To do the booking, do they have to register their agency or do they just do the booking?
You're gonna have to register the agency with us. If you just go onto Pirates and you'll see Allison's contact info. And that's how she'll give you a QR, not a QR code, but she'll give you your code to use from there on.
Okay, great. And also, Garen, I think this is for you as well. Can you have families on these yachts or is it just for adults only?
No, full on family, it's everything. One thing I may have not said earlier is that you do get one other charter, which is a shared charter. And that'll be for like if it's just two of you and you don't want a private trip, or maybe three of you, two and a child, then you'll book a shared charter where you may have other guests on board. But really it makes no difference. You can have your own family on board. The age makes no difference.
Okay, so that's great. Excellent to know. So I think that answered Sheila's question on Facebook and Arlene, both of those as well. So good job. And let's see here. So for contact information, I think a few people are asking for various information contacts. So usually Carrie and her team at Vox usually send out a follow-up email to everyone that attended with all the contacts and how to reach everybody. So next week, look in your box if you need something more specific, which is great. And I know, Alexis, you answered the question, but there was a couple of people on Facebook here and on Zoom asked what the sculptures are made of. What is the material that they're used? Alexis?
Sorry, I need to unmute it.
That's okay.
I thought it was a space bar. Yeah, it's a special artificial reef compound, which is basically like pH neutral and inert. So it's like specifically designed so that it can enable biomass to settle on it.
Okay, great.
Sounds a bit scientific, doesn't it?
It's okay. It works. Maybe Carrie, this is for you to answer if you wish. Is there an agent training program?
We don't have a specific agent training program, but I'm happy to have a sidebar and talk about any specific training needs. And we're actually thinking about it with you, Susan, at Spoiled Agent, right? So more to come moving forward.
I was just trying to plant the seed for you there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, and actually, guys, I also put into the links the Spoiled Agent Supplier page for St. Maarten, where you can get videos like this, our webinars, past webinars we've done with Carrie, all sorts of great, incentives, initiatives. It's all there for you guys. So make sure you take a look at that, which is great. Okay, just a couple more questions if you guys don't mind. Maybe Carrie or anyone, what is the wedding market demand there? Is it high, low? When's the right season for it?
Well, I'll start, but I would love to throw it over to our beautiful island partners. But I would say the wedding season is 365 days a year, anytime. It's a beautiful place to become engaged, to get married, to have a honeymoon, to take your family. But I don't know, what do you think, people on St. Maarten? Do you see a lot of weddings happening?
Yeah, not many, but well, actually, yeah, you do see a lot of weddings. But as you said, Carrie, it is a year-round destination. So, it tends to get hotter and sort of more humid in the sort of July, August, September kind of months. And then, I'd say December and January, it was so much cooler. But it's always it always turns out to be 30 degrees at the end of the day. You know, we've had a few bad days, but you know, most of the time the sun is always shining. So yeah, it's definitely, I would highly recommend getting married in St. Martin. It would be lovely.
Ooh.
And may I add one more thing, that there's some great companies to help put everything together for weddings, that please get in touch, can refer for you and speak a little bit further about it. But yeah, something for
Great.
everybody.
And let's see here, Carrie, is there any little chat about any new hotels opening or anything for everyone to look forward to? A couple of you were asking that in the chat as well.
Oh, great. Well, the latest and greatest is the JW Marriott, that has a soft opening happening March 1st, and then in April will open fully. And yes, you know what? We'll communicate anything new and new builds, etc., with us on our Spoiled Agent page, and keep you posted. Absolutely.
So great, Carol, that answers part of your question. Do you know if it's adults only or all inclusive, just so they know?
It's not adults only, and no, it's not all inclusive.
Okay, great. Okay, and Celine's asking, do you recommend a car rental while visiting Saint Martin?
Well, you know what?
Personally-
Go ahead. Someone.
No, go
was
for it,
Garen?
go for it.
Yeah, no, go for it. Garen, you were going to say something.
It just depends what you want to do, really. Hey, I'd say having a car is a good thing. It's not like Canada or the States, so the police are very lenient when it comes. You can have a few beers. Getting from one side to the other side can be quite long, and the taxis sometimes can be a little bit pricey. Some points you also want to support local, but I mean, if depending on the size of your group, I'd say a car rental is well worth it.
Okay, great. Alexis, this might be for you. Borka is asking, is there a specific season for the turtle viewing, or is it all the time?
I'd say that I'd say it was basically all the time, to be honest. We're currently doing a report on all the marine life, and as we've only been going for the last kind of 5 weeks, we've been watching sort of growth of the turtles, you know, coming in. So we've had a number of turtles, frequenting, but I couldn't tell you. I'm not au fait with the, you know, local turtles of St. Martin over the history of.
Can I add to that, Alexis? If it's in generally, but of course, things do change a little bit with the whole climate thing, but and basically we will have turtles like April through December, depending on the turtle. We have green turtles, leatherbacks, you know, coming to the island. So, but yes, as Alexis also said, you see them year round. So yeah.
Okay, great. We have the right panel here today, guys. That's for
By
sure.
the way, we also have at times whales coming to the island, well, passing through. So, and the dolphins and everything. There's also a specific period of time for that. So
Yeah, well, there's some orcas out by Saba a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah,
amazing.
it's in January, they say. Well, and basically it's like, say, January to Aprilish for the humpback whales and those kind of, but it differs, of course. Things change, and it's nature still. So
yeah,
that's great. Lots of great comments. I'm just joining here our friends on Facebook, you know, how beautiful it is, great presentation. Arlene, who's in Newfoundland, says, thank you, Carrie, and all the suppliers. Wonderful presentations. I learned lots today. So I want to make sure you all heard that.
Yay!
Wonderful. Well, guys, I feel like all the questions have been answered. You guys have done a really great job. Amazing. I've learned a lot, and I think we all should go to Saint Martin. Let's all go, all the spoiled agents.
Yes. Let's do it.
And not to forget, our generous host, Carrie, has offered a $100 gift card to one lucky spoiled agent today. And if you get the email from Carrie or her team next week, you know you have won. So fingers crossed. And again, we have our friends on Facebook, we have our friends on Zoom. And I want to thank all of our hosts, our guests, everyone today, Carrie, and the whole team from Saint Martin for joining us today on this amazing Friday. Fantastic presentation.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you very
us.
much.
Thank you,
Yes,
everybody.
thanks everybody. Thanks, Susan. Have a great weekend,
Thank you,
everyone.
Susan.
Bye,
Okay,
everybody.
bye-bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Enjoy the long weekend. Bye.
Bye-bye.